Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to This Just In. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, I'm going to give you an update on Xpeng. They just had their dual listing approved, so I wanted to give you my thoughts as well as reiterate my Xpeng stock price prediction for the end of 2021. So let's jump right in. All right, guys, before we get started today, subscribe to the channel for me. Hit that little bell so you get notified every time I post. There's also a link down in the description of my Patreon account. Come over and join the family. We've got an amazing community, a bunch of awesome individuals. We're all constantly trying to help each other. You'll get access to the private Discord where we talk stocks. You'll get links to 5 portfolios so you can see exactly what I invest into. And then anytime I buy or sell a stock, up to the second I do it, I send out a notification so you can follow along. I also send out a lot of like high value swing trade setups, or anytime I map a chart or I've got a watch list, really anything that I think can help us just become better investors and grow our portfolios. I've also got some education over there, a lot of different graphs and books and, stuff that can make us smarter. And then I'm going to start doing portfolio reviews twice a month. So if that's something you're interested in, come on over and check it out. I think you'll get a lot of value out of it. Beginning investors, new investors, if you want to talk with me one-on-one, you want to be part of a family, come on over. Day One Squad, I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support. It means the world to me. But guys, let's get started. I wanted to make this video a quick one today. I just wanted to jump on and give you an update on the Xpeng dual listing. I've made multiple videos giving you guys my Xpeng stock price prediction for the end of 2021, 2022. For those of you guys that are new to the channel, Xpeng is one of my favorite EV stocks. I own a few different EV stocks, in different verticals, but Xpeng is currently my heaviest. It was Lightning E-Motors, and then now it's Xpeng. I do own NIO as well, but they're pretty close, but Xpeng is a little heavier. I love Xpeng. They are a beast of a company. Today, I'm just going to go over a couple, things that have happened, kind of give you an update, go over the chart with you, reiterate my Xpeng stock price prediction, and then wrap it up. But if you do want to see a video where I go much further in depth on the company and the fundamentals and, break down the numbers, then I will link that right here where you can go and check that out if you'd like. So let's get started, guys. So the first thing I wanted to show you is the, dual listing, just kind of go over a couple of things with you. For those of you guys that remember, back in the beginning of the year, there was a bunch of FUD in the market for the fear of Chinese companies being delisted off the United States Stock Exchange for not being compliant with the SEC. They had, a couple of years to either become compliant or leave the exchange. Everybody was freaking out. They thought, the Chinese companies were done on the US Stock Exchange. They weren't going to be able to buy them, yada, yada. This obviously is a hedge for that, right? So if anything ends up ever happening, things sour between the United States and China, and they end up having to get delisted, this is kind of that backup plan for that. The other thing that I really like here is the fact that it's just another form of bringing in cash that can help them accelerate growth. So as you guys can see here, they got the green light, and approval on the list for the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. The company could raise as much as $2 billion in Hong Kong as soon as this year. Xpeng has raised $1.72 billion in the New York Stock Exchange IPO from back in August, and another $2.5 billion from the equity raise in December. Guys, like we've talked in other videos, they've got a really nice cash position. Obviously, they do not generate profit yet. They have recently, though, in the last couple of quarters, started generating positive free cash flow. But currently, as of right now, I think they've got around $4.7 billion in cash on their books. And so this right here can help them bring in even more cash to put them in a even better position to, execute, accelerate growth until they get to that point where they are positive in profit. Now, the EV maker has pledged to break even by late 2023 or 2024. Deliveries grew 483% year over year in May, and company aims to deliver between 15,500 and 16,000 units in Q2. The Xpeng stock price has rose almost 170% since its debut in August of 2020. So guys, there you go. They have made a ton of money off the IPO from the New York Stock Exchange. Now this is just going to help them make even more money. Again, guys, in a company like this that has, cash burn, negative, net profit, negative free cash flow until just recently, anytime that they can bring in cash without doing a massive multiple different offerings, it's a good thing. Obviously this is an offering. They are issuing more shares, but I think it is more of a positive type offering rather than just doing a standard offering, because it is giving them the benefit of being listed on the dual exchange, having the two primary listings, to kind of hedge against anything that happens in the US. So very good things, guys. I really like to see this. Again, more cash, the better. It can really help them, get in a position where they can focus on R&D and more technology and just execute faster and faster. They've got those 2 new production plants being opened up. They just released some pretty cool software. So they're doing a lot of great things, and I like to see the extra cash. Next thing I wanted to show you guys is this new valet parking assist feature that they just released. So as you can see, Xpeng releases new valet parking assist function in latest Xmart OS OTA upgrade. In the last video we talked about Xpeng, I did go over the over-the-air updates and how they've done over 380,000 cumulative over-the-air updates, since late last year. And so, and then we talked about how they were the first Chinese EV stock to be able to generate revenue for their over-the-air updates and their autopilot separately from the vehicle, which is fantastic. We talked about how it could potentially be a software business as well and create a extra stream of revenue and income that is a very high margin, revenue stream. So as you guys can see here, a leading Xpeng, a leading Chinese smart electric vehicle company, today released its Xmart OS 2.6 through an over-the-air upgrade with the valet parking assist, beta version, and over 10 additional new and optimized autonomous driving and voice assistant functions to P7 customers in China. Guys, the technology is like the #1 reason why they're my favorite, in China, because they are so focused on becoming the smart EV provider. They're going after that younger demographic, that lower income bracket, $30,000, range, which there's a lot more people in that range than in the $60,000 range. NIO is developing a $30,000 vehicle, which I think was a very smart move on their part. But if Xpeng can continue to double down on their technology and their R&D, they will be the leader in the autonomous driving and the technology and all of the cool features that everybody loves. Next thing I wanted to show you guys, look how cool this, this valet parking assist, software or update is. So the software is pretty much a automatic parking assist function designed for ultra slow speed driving scenarios such as garages and parking spaces. It is the first auto parking function to perform last kilometer automatic parking that does not rely on modifications to parking spaces. VPA is another major breakthrough in ultra slow speed autonomous driving, reinforcing Xpeng's leading position in the smart EV sector. The valet parking assist, software can perform memory-based automatic parking on the same level within up to 1,000 meters from the memorized parking space, enhancing comfort and convenience for the driver. Based on the route set by the driver, VPA will automatically drive the vehicle from beginning to end, turning automatically, avoiding pedestrians and other vehicles, bypassing other obstacles, and finally parking automatically in the parking space memorized by the system. This thing can memorize up to 100 parking spaces and is able to recognize static elements such as parking spaces, speed bumps, pillars, and parked vehicles, as well as dynamic elements such as moving vehicles and pedestrians. The function does not require modification by installing Bluetooth, LiDAR, Wi-Fi, cameras, or any other sensors and devices, and can be used in ordinary unmodified indoor parking garages. Awesome feature, guys. Awesome feature. 100 parking spots. Obviously it's for low speed, environments. You pull up, it memorizes your parking spot. You jump out, you go inside, it goes and parks your vehicle. Very cool feature. I love it. You know, the feature's not what I'm super pumped on, guys. It's the over-the-air updates. It's the fact that they're constantly improving their technology. They're constantly going after, you know, the smart EV as a leader in that, you know, kind of vertical, and increasing that software part of their business, which can be a really high margin and help them get to positive free cash flow quicker than expected potentially. So real quick, I wanted to show you guys just, you know, real right here, the cash on their books, 4.7 billion. Fantastic. As far as the total current assets, 6.2. So the 2 billion potential for the dual listing is fantastic. Can put them in a very nice position there. The next thing I wanted to show you just real quick is the fact that, look at this, they became positive free cash flow in the last 2 quarters. You know, it's not a massive amount, guys, but you know, you got 70 million in the end of September 2020 quarter, and then, you know, quite a bit lower in December 2020 quarter. But nonetheless, they've recently reached positive free cash flow. Fantastic. Free cash flow is what we want to see. Okay, now let's look at the chart and we'll wrap it up. This is just a beautiful looking chart, guys. You know, like we've shown before, you know, it had this massive run up back here in November and December. You know, started to sell off and eventually retraced all the way down to the 88.6, you know, almost 90% retrace, which happened back in beginning of March. The beautiful thing that we've looked at here, guys, is it came all the way down and found support at the critical area from inception, which is, you know, just technical analysis respected right there. It reached that point there. It had a sharp, you know, move, sharp reaction right at that pattern completion zone. If we look at the daily here, pattern completion zone of that bullish Bartley, then kind of came up, got rejected at this inflection point here where it has had, you know, support and been rejected at a few different times in Historia, had that double top, sold all the way back down to find support again. So you guys, you had your reversal low and then you had your confirmation low. So you had that double bottom, and then look at this massive run right here. Guys, you get this big bullish Bartley into this bearish cipher. You know, it's just harmonics look, you know, beautiful on this chart. It's like the Picasso, you know, just making these perfect structures. You could even, you know, technically, you know, there's probably a little crab right here. If you were to, you know, blow this up a little bit. But guys, overall, look at this big move that you had here. You know, you come down, you hold support twice at a critical area. You are going to have big reactions. You are now over all 3 of the moving averages. You blew out of here. You got rejected at that $45 range. You are now coming back to back test this critical area, you know, where it got rejected at a few different times. Guys, when an asset runs up like this, gets rejected twice, blows through it, and then back test it to confirm it as support, you are indeed confirming a critical area that was once resistance as support now, which is what people want to see before they start, you know, accumulating their positions. So it comes down, it back tests, it comes up, reaches the pattern completion zone of this bearish cipher, comes back down, sells off, retests again, and then I will see you at $72.19, which would be, you know, right up here at the top of the bullish Bartley or bullish Bartley. Guys, when you have this big structure like this, your first price target's B, your second C, and your third is A. So even if you take this bearish cipher and it comes down and sells off, I believe that this pattern is the more, you know, in play pattern, because you've got to come up here and reach your price targets of the $60 and eventually $72.19. This is a beautiful stock right here, guys. If you do not already own it, I would wait to get down here and see if you, you know, have a retest of that $38 range. Anything sub 40, in my opinion, is a great price if you have a long-term, you know, mindset and you plan on holding it for, you know, years to come. This company is doing everything right. They're growing deliveries. They're crushing deliveries. They're getting to positive free cash flow. You know, they're just in a great position. They're coming out with new technology. And I think that this will be a force to be reckoned with in the Chinese EV and automaking industry, you know, in the next 5 years. They're also expanding to Norway, you know, and trying to be global. They've got the 2 new production plants. Awesome stock. One of my favorites, hands down. As you guys can see, though, You know, it has had some massive moves in the last few weeks. I know that it can be extremely easy to jump in stocks, you know, at the top after just months of downturn. You know, just be patient, look for the right entry. Don't buy it at, you know, all-time highs, you know, from the last 2 months. Try to wait till you get you know, a good entry till it comes back, you know, find support, creates confirmation, and then starts moving. You know, and you'll be a lot happier moving forward. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for your support. You have no idea how much it means to me. I love you all. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed stockbroker. Always do your own research and due diligence. Don't just take my word for it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.